Yeah, I'm making another YouTube on the 504 notices because I'm inundated with questions and calls about that. My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. I've worked over, I don't know, 10,000 cases. I worked at IRS over a decade. I'm a national figure in IRS resolution matters, and me and my M&M man give you a thumbs up for listening today. And today, I got to tell you, I get a lot of calls for a lot of things. The one letter that probably sparks the most interest by far is the 504 notice. The CP 504 notice, the final notice before seizure and intent to levy, probably generates more calls for a person who has a practice. You want to get a case as soon as you can so you can start putting the case in order. When you get the case the last minute, you can't do as much maneuvering, and God, you wish you could. You wish you can get ahead of it a little more. But let me just tell you, I want to just explain this 504 notice. IRS sends out a series of notices when you file your tax return, okay? IRS will send out CP 501 letter, CP 503 letter, and then the CP 504. Everyone just this rattles people, ruins their day. They can't find somebody fast enough to make a call. And there's a big mistake people make, and that's as soon as they get that 504 letter, they call IRS. It is a huge, huge, huge mistake. You get a CP 504 letter, do not, do not, do not call the IRS. Telling you this from perspective of former IRS agent. Do not call IRS. Let me tell you the reason so you understand this clearly. Once you tell the Internal Revenue Service you do not want to pay or you cannot pay the tax, at that point in time, IRS can start taking whatever action they need to on your case. You need a space of time to plan for how you want to work the case. So if I call IRS, I have a 504 letter, IRS, I can't pay, okay. They go ahead and they input all this on the computer system, taxpayer cannot pay, boom, we can start our enforcement process and start the collection procedure faster. By not calling, you have to understand you're going to get another letter 6 weeks later, which is called the 1058, the collection due process hearing. Once you get the 1058 letter, you still have another 6 weeks, and during that time, you can file for a collection due process hearing. And then at that point, rather than call the service center, where it's just a maze and maze of people, you'll get one person if you file a collection due process. Say, hey, is the liability correct? I really need to work something out. You just bought yourself another 3 months, generally with a kinder, gentler person. In the meantime, you should have somebody look at your financial statement. And this is the most important part of what I'm telling you, and say, hey, based on my current financial statement, what's IRS going to do to my case? So when you owe an IRS debt, IRS has to have a way, okay, to evaluate every case. So they use their financial statement at the service center, a 433F form. If you don't know anything about the form or the national standard, you have no business calling IRS yourself. Now, if you're in a hardship situation, call them. A lot of people on YouTube, they're do-it-yourselfers. They're like Home Depot. You do it yourself or do it. You owe any size debt, and you can't afford to do that. You have to call a professional. There's a lot of things on that financial statement. IRS is looking to collect the money. They're not Santa Claus. They're not interested in the hardship stories. They are going to want to try to get the most money that they can out of you on a payment agreement. So I just want you to know, when you get that 504, relax. If you understand the national standards program and that IRS is going to only allow you to live on X amount of dollars a month, and you're confident about that, call them. Because when you pick up the phone and IRS is on the other end and they say, send me your pay stubs, your bank statements, a copy of all your expenses, and they start questioning you about all your assets, your liabilities, and how much you can afford to pay, it becomes a different day for you, and it becomes real. So the bottom line is, figure out your exit strategy when you're going to call them and how you're eventually going to resolve this case. Make sure all your tax returns are filed and make sure you're current. If you need any help or you want me to answer any questions, you can email me. You can send me a text. I will make a YouTube probably from all of this. And any questions you get. And by the way, subscriptions are very important to me. I make these, I get subscriptions. It at least lets me know the content I have going out is really important. So thank you very much. Likes and subscriptions, I would appreciate it. Thank you.